Hi, I'm Anna Moseres. Hi, I'm Anna Moseres. And I've been sober for 44 days.
Hi, Anna.
Thanks, everybody. Hi, I'm Anna, and I'm actually in grade 11, and I've been sober for 16 years of my life. I'm 16. My art is an amalgamation of lines that form bodies in motion. There is no better way to describe it yet. I use lines to create movement on a page, in a screen, or on my head. It's something I'm constantly thinking about. It's important for me to capture movement on paper because motion is what gives something life to me. The weight, the feel, and the visual of something that can move gives me comfort. And practicing drawing an imitation of bodies that can move gives me comfort and comes easily to me as well. It comes as easily to me as breathing does, or crying, performing, embarrassing myself in front of others, etc. I wrote this whole art talk at first without mentioning why I care so much about movement, and I guess I didn't say why because I don't know why, but I can give it a shot. So if I get comfy in my armchair psychologist seat and put on some smart-looking glasses and get out a pad of paper and say, well, how did you feel? And the me from the other side of the room, the me that's on the reclined couch, the one that's in therapy me, the real me, would say, I feel terrible, doc. And I would chuckle lightly and say, therapists aren't doctors, Anna. Then I would continue to tell myself that I'm obsessed with movement, with the idea that someone can control themselves and their body because I'm ashamed and afraid of the past me who felt like she couldn't control her body. The one who let people do things to her, to me, that I didn't want them to do because I felt like I couldn't move. And so I'm fixated on constantly moving and reclaiming my body and the female body as an extension of my identity because I had that power taken away from me. That's what I would say to myself. Yeah. But enough about therapist Anna, because I'm not a registered therapist and I'm not legally allowed to give that advice or give that analysis about people. I'm allowed to analyze people in my head though, so I'll keep doing that and writing things down and presenting those things at art talks, I guess. So back to the art, or not really. We're almost at the art part, if that exists, but there's art on the screen. So when I moved to Canada, I didn't speak English, only Spanish, and try convincing your fellow kindergartners that you're not insane when you only speak gibberish, eat weird food, and have giant curly hair that weighs more than the rest of your body combined. I did my best to connect with my classmates without talking. In a Montessori school where our lessons included learning to be generous through peeling and cutting carrots for your friends, knitting, finger painting, and drawing while singing, I found that words were not so important to communicating with others. Of course, once I started learning English and French, I also learned that words were fun. I had focused on visually showing these before. Here, take this. No, go away. And now I could actually explain this to people with audible language. I had the power of words that other people could understand, so I could actually say, here, take this, and no, go away, instead of saying, aquí, por favor, tenlo, hablo, estoy hablando, te lo juro, por favor. And actually people understand me, it was really great. So it was exhilarating, to say the least. Then came writing. Once I had harnessed the ability to capture my ideas on paper with words that I had grown to love, I began writing every day. I had more composition writing books than anything else in my binder. This only got surpassed by sketchbooks when my teacher told me that I needed to stop drawing all over my math workbooks or I wouldn't get reading time alone in the Peace Corner. Elementary school was a little bit weird, maybe, but it was a blast, I promise. So I had pretty much covered all of my bases. I could communicate with my body, use words to verbally say what I was feeling, and write down my ideas on paper. I can't really say when I started drawing, I just know that I was always doing it. So right now I'm in a situation where I'm trying to show movement in my art, and I'm evaluating whether drawing on a page is really capturing anything at all. I started to consider this idea that my art wasn't fulfilling what I wanted it to fulfill when I started doing performance art. Being on stage with others allowed me to fully understand that movement and the weight that I wanted to capture in my art. So that brought me back to the use of words in my art as well when I started to sing and talk on stage. This led me to making a pretty obvious choice for the future. It's so obvious, I can't believe I didn't see it before. It brought my art from stupid, terrible, disgusting figure drawings that eat garbage to the Mona Lisa on top of an Anson Kiefer installation. And the solution was pretty easy. was to dedicate my life to one simple thing: music theater. So that's not what everyone in visual arts does, and I don't know if I recommend it because I can't say if that's really making me better at art or not, but it definitely makes me happier. Storytelling in any given form gives me happiness, and even though it's just attempting to fill the void of human connection in my soul caused by years of trauma and misguided mental illness, it makes me smile more, makes me want to die less. So maybe that's what art is about, wanting to smile more and die less. So I hope that my art can help y'all feel that way, and me too. Yahoo!